Morning, morning, everybody. Michelle is here. Michelle is here on this, I think it's a Wednesday, May 27th, 2026. I'm up and at it. I've been up pretty early, which I've done that for a while. It's getting myself up out of my comfort zone. You know what I mean? I love to rest just like everybody else. I love to, I take my naps when I feel like taking my naps. But when I need to make decisions, I get up and make decisions. I don't sit around and wait on somebody to tell me what to do or listen to what the news media is spouting to everybody. I told you the religious tentacles consist of the media, politicians, law enforcement, the billionaire boys club, the financial institutions, military, all of those tentacles, they work together. Okay, and they are not working together for our best interests. Keep that in mind. They're going to be complicit with each other, and they're going to be pointing the fingers at each other, blaming each other for the current state of our affairs. It's best to ignore all of that because of what is happening on this planet. I have no idea what's going on in the news, but I know it's climate related. It's going to be climate related for possibly decades, and it's not going to be good. Climate meaning weather, infrastructure. Something is going to crack, literally, figuratively, and metaphorically. So you as an individual, you need to deliberately get up earlier than you are used to. Go to bed earlier than you are used to. Be deliberate. Don't scale. Don't seek strategies. Be deliberate. Deliberately get up, make decisions now before these decisions are forced upon you. A lot of people are going to have decisions made for them instead of taking the opportunity to make the decisions on their own. There's a lot going on. A lot of people have so many things going on underneath the surface. And I'm going to be really honest with you right now. A lot of people may not want to hear this, but hey, that's remember, free will. This is not the time to be socializing and trying to hook up and try, it's not that time. Some of you have millions of friends that you barely know, okay? Some of you have 5 friends you barely know. Okay, so it's not about socializing, making friends, wanting to be liked, want people to like you. You're going to have to build some confidence. And sometimes that means you're going to have to go alone in your aloneness. You're going to have to make decisions, and you don't need to be seeking for others to give you advice as to what to do. Trust your consciousness. Your consciousness is your guide. As they say, your conscience is your guide. As conscious as well as your consciousness. Okay, let's not confuse it. We have the conscious, which is like conscience, and then we have the consciousness. Trust yourself to get you where you need to be. Okay, I made some decisions a while ago. Actually for decades, I made some decisions as to how I plan to conduct my life. I had backup plans, okay? I have thousands of videos to illustrate what my process was. You need to have your own individual process as to how you want to be, where you want to be, do what you want to do, and have what you want to have. Who used to say that? One of those oratory types, I'm sure, pastor, preacher, who do not practice what they preach. They just ramble. Everybody is figuring that out too, which is great. There are a lot of these pastors, preachers, ministers, those oratory types are nothing more, nothing less than talking, performing actors and actresses. They're actors, they're actresses. And they do better than the ones that we pay. Well, I don't pay. A lot of you pay to go to the movies to see. The performance is off the charts. People, like I said about the unhoused and the homeless, the so-called unhoused and homelessness, 75% of that, in my opinion, is a criminal network of actors and actresses who know how to work the system. They know how to fleece the system. They know how to walk in particular type of restaurants and get free food. They know how to dress. They know how to look. They know how to, they know how to, I mean, they're the best actresses and actors on the planet. They know how to sit up in the sun all day and make more money than those of us that go to work and actually work. Okay, I told you, for a lot of people, homelessness is their profession. Okay, is what they do, and some of them are excellent. That's why if you go to Hollywood, you'll probably find a lot of former actors and actresses camouflaged and hiding out somewhat and so forth, claiming to be destitute and this and that and the other. They just know what to do. That's the part that we keep fucking up, because we keep interfering with that. We keep interfering with these actors and actresses, these deceptive, manipulative types, who eventually is going to fall on their face because they're participating in fraud, fleecing. Like I said, they know how to go into certain places and get free food. They know how to get free resources. Some of them have free health care. They get the ambulance service to pick them up, take them to the hospital, okay? And they don't have to pay a dime. But let you and I get picked up and go to the hospital, we'll have at least $1,000 bill. And then we'll get harassed about it, for the rest of our lives. So get up every morning and be deliberate. Okay, be deliberate. Make a decision. Okay, if you make a mistake, so what? Get back up. Repeat in the morning. Now, this is not this rinse and repeat bullshit. Okay, this is actual get up, readjust, attempt to do something differently. Find out what did not work and find something that may work. It may not work even the second time, the third time, fourth time. Okay, get up, be deliberate, be aware, be focused. Okay, you're not out here to make friends. I know a lot of groups are out there, these so-called, marketplace groups or whatever the hell they are. A lot of you don't have a pot to piss in. Okay, so this is not about making friends. It's not about necessarily socializing. We naturally socialize very well. But a lot of you have been spinning in the same circumstances for 10 years, 20 years, going on 30 years. And there's a lot of people that are, like, as I said, who are unhoused or homeless, whatever the term may be, and they are permanent. That's a permanent profession. That's a permanent reality. And they are not seeking to get out of it. Why would they? I told you, they get free health care, get free rides to the hospital. They walk into any restaurant and get free food. Okay? And so we're concentrating billions upon billions of dollars on worrying about these people and the fact that they're so-called unhoused or whatever the term may be. We need to just snap out of it. That's what I wish would happen. Snap out of it and get a grip and stop wasting billions and billions of dollars on a class of people who find what they're doing as a benefit. Standing on the street and or the corner, that's a benefit for a lot of them, with signs. And then you get these so-called wearing their heart on the sleeve type of people. A lot of people say they're liberal. I don't know what they are, but they'll throw $1 here, throw $1 there, just to feel good about themselves. They can care less about you on the street. They want people to see them giving you $1, and so that they can feel good about themselves. It's a bunch of low self-esteem, low confidence people out there. And like I said, they're throwing dollars at these people. They don't have to earn it. Just throw them $1 here, throw them $1 there. They'll make more than you do in a day. And then they'll come back tomorrow and do the same thing. It's a criminal network. Okay? And I can guarantee you they have someone above them teaching them how to do all this stuff. You know, you could take a class on homelessness and unhoused. Okay? And you can, you know, and they'll tell you how you can make more money than sitting in an office and answering phones. Snap out of it. Get a grip. Okay? And again, those of you who want to feel good about yourself and, you know, go build some confidence in yourself and get the hell out of the way. Okay? Because a lot of you are the ones who are in these, you know, a part of these nonprofits, you know, and, you know, seeking to feel good about yourself. You can care less about the situation that anybody is going through. And I know a lot of these so-called nonprofits for the homelessness or unhoused. A lot of them will say, oh yeah, I used to be unhoused, I used to be homeless, but now, you know, since you got a nonprofit, you know, they're bringing in millions of dollars. Pay attention. And nothing about the homelessness or unhousedness has changed since the 30s. Okay? Snap out of it. Get a grip. Get up every morning. Be deliberate. And take accountability and responsibility for your life. Peace and love.